Hello.
Hey.
How do you say hello?
Imbemba mulishani.
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 Imbemba mulishani.
Mulishani.
Or mulipwanji.
Munipwanj. Oh. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to be in Zambia, to be in Lusaka. This is my very first time here, and it's amazing. Very homely people, very warm, and your food is nice. Thank you. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow, to being live in concert with you all. It's going to be amazing. So once again, thank you for being here. Coming to Zambia is as important as going to Nigeria, because people are one everywhere, you know, and when you receive an invitation to come, it's always an honor because not everyone gets that opportunity. So it's beyond, you know, some people say when you tour, you promote the album. Future Now has already done fantastic, beyond what we expect. It made #1 in several countries on iTunes and several. So to be here in person, like I was saying to him, it's so important. #1, when you tell people you're coming, you have to keep to your word. You don't say you're coming when you don't plan to come. And Pacific and his partners are very, like David here, are very serious people. They don't just put out word, Ada is coming. They're not trying to make money from people, to dupe people. So when you say you are coming, you must come. And when you come with good news. So it's important because for me, I've always read and heard about Zambia. I've never been to Zambia. So this is my first time. I couldn't wait to meet you guys. So it's so important to me. It's like as important as going to Lagos or going to London or going anywhere. People is one everywhere. Yeah. The response is amazing. The response is beyond what I could say. You know, like they always say, numbers don't lie. So to make an album, to release an album from Lagos, Nigeria, and the album makes #1 in several African countries, and makes top 100 in several European countries. It's amazing. You know, you could, it's only God that could do stuff like that. You can't plan to, you just can't sit in your room and say, it's going to do this. And you can hope, you can pray, you could prepare, you could anticipate, and then God takes it. So Zambia has turned out to be the very first leg on the tour. That should tell you how important Zambia is. So the Future Now has done amazing, the Future Now album. And we recently put out the French version, based on demand as well. So it's done amazing, and it's by grace. So to be here, Zambia, like first leg of the tour, that's really amazing for a country I've never been. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anybody here been to another performance anywhere? Watched it? Yeah, you've been. Which one?
I in Lagos.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah,
okay. Yeah. What was it like? That's too.
It's prolific. Something else.
Okay. So Pacific. Have you been to a concert where? What was it like?
It's fire.
Okay. So my pastor likes to call me electric. I'm very calm when I talk normally, but when I'm on stage, it's another level. Like. It's like the spirit of God, it's like zoop, it just wears me, and it's enough. So I was saying on radio this morning that I don't know how prepared Zambians are, but you don't want to watch the videos because, and you're not there, you will not like it, you won't be happy about it. I came here with my full squad, and they are ready. You know, like we've been preparing, you know, because we have a block of, you know, like there's South Africa, so we've been preparing. We are prepared for the world. So there's so much fire in the bones. We just want to turn up, you know. Pacific was saying somewhere that he wanted to round up the concert early, so Ada has 1 hour. And I'm like, Nah. I can't fly all the way from Nigeria to do one. I'm taking 2 hours. I've got so much to do and I have so much to give. On that note, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, then the second question.
How would you describe your message, the central theme of the message that you carry in your song?
Yeah, the central theme of my message would be victory, the finished work of Christ. Because I keep talking about the victory, the finished work, what Jesus has done. So there's always what he has done. There's always the strength in the confession. There's always a declaration in my songs. That is the true identity of a Christian. The one who has overcome, the one who is victorious, not the one who is struggling. Jesus did not die to make you struggle. He died, he finished it, he said it out loud. It is finished. That's my message. Okay, the first question, what exactly is that bringing?
Yes, what?
Differently from what everybody has done? You know, the Bible talks about different gifts and callings. Everyone, like, it talks about the body, the hand, the head, the leg. Everyone has a function. It's quite different. My music would reach certain people that another person's music wouldn't get to. Perhaps you would have someone who speaks more to the young people, and you would have someone who speaks to everyone, and you have someone who speaks to the older people. But then it's all the same thing. My songs are very declarative. Very declarative. Recently, Sinach was here. We had a chat about her coming here. Sinach is someone I respect. As a matter of fact, she's one of my mentors. She's she's like a big sister. We chat all the time. So Sinach, when you think Sinach, you think worship. She will take you to several heights of worship. Then when you experience Ada, you experience a lifting in your spirit. You are inspired to just do. You want to do. You just want to do something. You want to do more. So we are all unique like that, So I'm bringing. I don't like when people say fresh because it feels like the other people were still no. It's just that I have a different sound. There's a pop. My sound is majorly pop. So there's a lot of energy in my songs. There's a lot of declaration in my songs, and there's a lot of inspiration in the songs. So I'm coming with a lot of energy. I'm coming with a different sound, and I've noticed that I get to ladies and young people very easily. I speak to them, and then of course the guys, So, and then a whole lot of matured people. So there's a declarative message in the music that I make. It's very prolific, it's very direct, and there's a lot of strength in the confession. It's very authoritative, like it feels like the Lord handed her this message because he actually did. So that's what I bring to the table, quite different from you must have experienced a whole lot of worshiping, So, but my music tends to reach those unchurched. It appeals to people who are not very conversant with church environment. My music cuts across, because you would listen to some of my songs and you would ask, is she gospel? If not for the lyric, you would be, so I could be on any stage. Yeah. And then the second question, did I answer your first question? Then the second question about what Zambians, the thing about Nigerians. Nigerians are hard workers. We work hard. We don't take no for an answer. And Nigerians are the quickest learners. They observe. So when a Nigerian picks up a job with you, he could be your slave for however long it takes for him to understudy you. Once he gets the recipe, he's going to improve on it. And if you're not careful, he's going to send you out of business. That's just that. And it's not because he has anything against you, but because he wants to succeed. So they study the market. And then Nigerians, we have a lot of languages. We do not have a central language. Hence, most of our music are in Pidgin or in English. So everyone, most people in Africa speak English or Pidgin. So our music, I listen to a Zambian artist. She has a lot of, she has a lot of your language. There's so much I can gain from the music. I could just love the instrument, the melody, but I just can't connect beyond that. But then when I sing in English, I have come with stories to tell. I have come with, you don't need someone to interpret what I'm saying. And then I pay attention to details. Like I'm making my videos, we pay attention to details and we spend, you know, for quality, which I find that most other African countries wouldn't really do. Like I will travel, we would order stuff to achieve something. Most other people would work with what they have and end up reaching their community, but it can't go beyond that. But then the excellence in what we do speaks louder. It speaks to everyone across Africa. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, something like that. You know, when you know what makes gospel music gospel is the presence of God. Anyone can sing about God. Anyone, like any artist, even if you're a drunk, you could sing about, even in your drunken state, you could sing about the love of God. But what makes it gospel music is not just because you're calling God, it's because of the presence, the response of the Spirit of God to you and the atmosphere. You know, what that music evokes or what it inspires in people. And that is what I enjoy the most, that atmosphere. To see the impact of the music firsthand. You know, it's one thing to hear about it. Like I make videos, I watch it on YouTube myself. You know, sometimes I go watch it. So, but then to be in the same room, to see the response, to see the impact firsthand, it's amazing. Then the challenges will be sound. You know, because there's so much you could do when the sound isn't all that. But when the sound is amazing, you know, when the sound isn't all that, you'll be in a hurry to give them back the microphone. You just breeze through your songs. But when the sound is amazing, you would have so much fun, so much, the experience goes to another level, you know, because you're not struggling. When the sound isn't good, you struggle. You wouldn't want to do that for so long. Yes, I was featured on Ringtone song. I was actually featured on Mercy Masika's song before Ringtone, but we are not done with the video. I'm open for collaborations. Yeah, so Ringtone sent the song and I loved it because I didn't understand what he was saying. So what are you saying? He said he's saying the song is this year, blah. So yeah, so I had to learn Swahili for both of them. You know, Mercy's song I sang a lot of Swahili and I sang a lot of Swahili, not so much on Ringtone. So I'm open to Zambia and I'm open to singing in your language. Like I can't wait. Yes. You know, it's very easy to handle stuff like that when you're a mom. When you're a housekeeper, you're a cleaner. When you're a mom, you cook. You're the cook of the house. You're the housekeeper. When you're a wife, you are his assistant. So, you know, they have a way of keeping you, you know, like, my daughter, she'll be like, oh, no, that's not working. Like, oh, that dress, no, that's not working. Like, what exactly, you know, so they have a way of, yeah, mom, Ada, when you step out the door, but hey, mom, you know, like, when are you coming to pick, you know, so, and then family, and, you know, the best gift you could give to yourself is to surround yourself with people who tell you the truth. People who've known you long enough to know you, to really know you, not the faces of you, you know, so, when I have a lot of family and I have great friends, and then I have a whole lot of stars in my life. Like I just told you, Sinach is my friend. Iben is my friend, and a whole lot of people that you know. So how do you be a celebrity when your friends are? How do you play superstar to people who are superstars? It's like that takes several seats, you know. So it just keeps you grounded, you know. So yeah. Well, I still have a long way to go. So the first thing is you must know whom you sing about. You can't sing about someone you don't know about. It's just like, trying to make a song about you, but I don't know you. The best I could do is, okay, these are my guys, just walking. Yeah, so the best you could do is make a shallow song. The best I would do would be to make a shallow song about you because I don't know you. So if you know the one you sing about, it's easy. And you must understand that, not you must, like I would advise you, if you want to sing for the Lord, then you're singing for the Lord, not for yourself. So if you're singing for Him, then you let Him be the boss. You let Him be the boss. You don't run it like you're running a show. It's not about you. So when the Lord knows that He can trust you, He will open doors before you. But when He can't trust His people with you, you ain't going nowhere. Because you pray from now till tomorrow. The more you pray, it's like, yeah, just keep singing in your choir. Because the day I put you on that platform, you're going to confuse everyone. So first, get to know the one you're singing about. Like, really get to know him. Have a relationship that goes beyond trying to get him to give you a song. Or having a relationship so people, have a journey, get to know him. Who is he? What does he want? Then if it's gospel music you're singing for the Lord, then that means the Lord is the boss. And that's what Lord means. Lord. That means He's in charge. So if you speak with people who have gone really far, they will tell you the same thing. Yeah. When you say secular music is too broad a definition. Because secular music, like what really makes music, you have love music, you have gangster music, you have different kinds of music talking about different things. What makes gospel music gospel is the theme. So what inspires me most about gospel music? Okay, your first question is how long have I been into music? I've loved music for as long as I can remember. Music has always been a part of me. And my parents were very into music. My father was always a choir conductor, music director in church. So, then in church, it was rotational, like every year or every 6 months. So it goes round. And I had a lot of musical exposure. Like when I was 9, 10, I was background singer for a child star. She was in Nigeria. So then it was fun because we're just kids. But we got to climb a whole lot of big stages. So I had an early exposure. And then I had to go to school because my parents they're very well read. So I studied engineering, chemical and polymer. So all through school, it stuck with me. I remember writing my final exams and one of the lecturers was like, you know what, hurry up so you could go sing, and the whole class was laughing because it was like an open secret, like she sings more than she reads, So music has been, musicians, when you meet me, it's like we were born with it. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't let you go. It's part of you. It keeps you awake. You could go hungry for music. Yeah? You could have one pair of shoes for 2 years just for music. You would spend your savings on music. You would do anything for music and you wouldn't count it as a loss. Even if it doesn't work out, you just feel good because you did it. Gospel music, because like I was saying, what makes music the themes, what are they singing about? Some people sing about themselves, some sing about their beauty, some sing about boys, some sing about girls, some sing about cars, some sing about living the life, some sing about their country, some sing about oppression, so it's the theme. What are you singing about? What makes gospel music is the theme, and then the presence or the how it makes people's human spirit, it lifts human spirit so much that they respond by faith, and anything can happen, miracles happen. So what makes me, like I always tell people, even if I wasn't called, you know, people will say, how were you called? Did you have a dream? Did you hear God's voice like, Ada, I want you to sing? That's not what happened. You know, like, the more you grow in the things of God, the more the Spirit of God communicates with you, and the more He opens your eyes to see from the eyes of God the way He sees you. And the more you see yourself from God's eyes, the more you understand what He expects you to do. So, why gospel music? Number one, it's life-giving. Because every other thing I could sing about cannot save you. Not even save you from hell. Let's say, save you from death, physical death. If I sing to you about the love I have for my husband, and the person is on his dying bed, that's not what he wants to hear. So I tell people, if I have 5 minutes of your time, the world is filled with billions of people. And sometimes you only get to have 5 minutes of everyone's time in a lifetime. So if I have 5 minutes of your time in your lifetime, shouldn't I leave you with something eternal, something that could help you now and on your journey through life? Gospel music. You know, it's I was saying earlier today at Love FM, it's beautiful when you make music somewhere else, and then the music spreads and gets to another place, you know, of different people, different background, orientation, and tribe, and it's more beautiful when you could be in the same room with these people and make the same music, especially celebrate the reason behind the music, which is gospel, which is Christ for me. So it's an honor, first of all, to have music to make music that Zambians love, that ministers to them. So to be here in person is a big blessing. To be in person, to be here live with Zambians in one room, doing what I love and singing what they love, what has brought us together. So I'm here for a concert, and of course gospel music, the sole purpose of gospel is good news, spreading the good news. That's what it means. So when you come to a place, you establish the love of God. You reach out to people, and through your music, God can reach the people, because I know you based on social media or what you say, but God knows you beyond what you tell me, and He can reach you beyond what I can do. But the music is a medium, so it's I don't know how else to say. It's beautiful when you get to meet people whom you've never met, but your music has connected you with them. You know, over a day to 1 year, 2 years, few months. But then when you come together and you could lift the same music, that's another level. So that's what we're here for. Good news.